Yes, live show, but devotees can. Yes. Devotee can decide which one. Yes.
Election. He worked out with Austrian consultant that he's there tomorrow morning.
Ljubljana.
And they'll send him his passport. He doesn't have to wait there for 5 days.
Okay.
He wants to go there tonight. I don't know how to...
Yes, I know.
What time is no, but we need you to shut down the slideshow.
What? Somebody else can do?
Anyone can do that.
No, it's not on Vista.
He can do.
I can do XP. I can do Vista.
No.
But the Vista is the same.
It's the same. Super short.
It's even simpler. You just connect when the projector is running and the laptop is running. You just connect it and it immediately changes the.
Both modes run and then you connect.
Yeah, you just plug it in and it's.
The 10 guys try to get it work. No, you get it work. He says no. You just have to double selective.
Otherwise, good night. I didn't get last night of sleep. I don't get this night of
You're
sleep.
sleeping. How long does that take?
Tomorrow night.
How long?
I don't get any sleep anyway.
When?
Astadaya Sadasi Simad Sadabhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki Jai Mishtapad Paramhamsa Bhagavad Sadaya Sadasi Simad Sadabhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Ananta Giri Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Prem Sri Gaur Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Se Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Radhan ki Sri Vrindavan Dham ki Navadip Mayapur Dham ki Mathura Dham ki Jagannath Puri ki Ganga Mayi ki Muna Mayi ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Harinam Sankirtan ki Harinam Sankirtan Mahajagya ki Nitai Gositana Premanandi Hari Hari Bol Iskan Guru Vrinda ki Sangbet Bhakta Vrinda ki All glories to the Asamudaya All glories to the Asamudaya All glories to the Asamudaya All glories to Guru Singh Jai Navadip Mandal Sri Mantra Gordhanti Madhudip Proladip Vitradip Javadip Vadudamdip Rudadip Andadip Antadip Dhamma Navadip Dhamma ki
Ko treba prijaviti? Our basic plan was that for about 45 minutes we have a class that we can have from the Bhagavad Gita, and then after that I had two different slideshows, and depends on you which one you want to see.
Dakle, najprije ćemo imati predavanje 45 minuta, a zatim smo planirali imati dvije slide projekcije i ovisi o vama koju ćemo gledati.
One of them is last year report to the GBC.
Jedan od njih je prošlogodišnje izvješće GBC-u
For the congregational ministry.
za kongregacijsko ministarstvo.
Usually I show it at the Creation Festival, but this year I couldn't come.
Obično to pokazujem na Hrvatskom festivalu, ali ove godine nisam mogao doći.
Then for 2006-07, what traveling I did, including the establishing of the West African Samadhi for Bhakti Maharaj,
That's the other one, right? The world tour of last year, not this year, not 27 to 8, but 26 and 27.
A sljedeći turneja 2006. i 2007. godine, uključujući također i otvaranje samadija u Zapadnoj Africi za Bhagavad Swami.
So, which one you want?
Both.
Take two, take a...
Second.
Who wants the first one?
Ko želi prvo?
Congregational Ministry Report.
Izvješće kongregacijskog ministarstva.
Who wants the world tour?
Ko želi svjetsko
Abhinanda? So, you got your mandate. Who's got the trust out there? Oh, is that full of beer?
According to your choice.
Ichadresha samutena Dvandva mohena bharata Sarvabhutani sammoham Sargayanti parantapa Yesham tvantagatam papam Jananam punyakarmanam Te dvandva mohamir mukta Bhajante mam vrida vrataha Bhagavad Gita as it is,
Bhagavad Gita kako jest,
knowledge of the Absolute,
znanje o apsolutu,
seventh chapter,
7. poglavlje,
verses 27-28,
stihovi 27 i 28.
translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
I prijevod njegove božanske milosti, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Spoken in the ISKCON Zagreb Gornitai Temple.
Izgovoreno u ISKCON Zagreb, Gornitai hramu.
And the Maharaj said we should make note that it's the year 2008 Christabdo.
I moramo isto tako reći da je ovo godina 2008.
And this is the year 521 Gorabdo
I ovo je 525. godina Gorabde,
of the year Lord Chaitanya.
godina gospodina Chaitanya.
In the future,
We'll be going by the Lord Chaitanya year.
U budućnosti ćemo slijediti godinu gospodina Chaitanya.
Just a matter of time.
Samo je pitanje
When the
vremena.
majority of people become Hare Krishna.
Kada većina ljudi postane Hare Krishna.
And today is the 24th of January.
Yes.
Danas je 24. siječnja.
O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate.
O potomče Bharate, o pokoritelju neprijatelja, sva se živa bića rađaju u iluziji, zbunjeni dvostranostima koji potiču od želje i mržnje.
Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful activities are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination.
Osobe koje su u ovom i prošlom životu učinile pobožna djela i čija su grešna djela potpuno iskorjenjena, odlučno mi služe oslobođene dvostranosti iluzije.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Smisao Srila Prabhupada.
Those eligible for elevation to the transcendental position are mentioned in this verse.
U ovom su stihu opisane osobe dostojno uzdizane na transcendentalni položaj.
For those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish and deceitful, it is very difficult to transcend the duality of desire and hate.
Grešni, bezmužni, budalasti i prevaranti teško mogu nadići dvostranost želje i mržnje.
Only those who have passed their lives in practicing the regulative principles of religion, who have acted piously, and who have conquered sinful reactions, can accept devotional service and gradually rise to the pure knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Shri Krishna ki.
Samo oni koji su u životu slijedili propisane načela religije, koji su djelovali pobožno i poništili grešne posljedice, mogu se posvetiti predanom služenju i postupno se uzdići na razinu čista znanja u svevišnjoj božanskoj osobi.
Then gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the process of being situated on the spiritual platform. This elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness, in the association of pure devotees. For in the association of great devotees, one can be delivered from delusion.
Tada, postupno, mogu u transu meditirati na svevišnju božansku osobu. To je proces uzdizanja na duhovnu razinu. Osoba može tako napredovati u svjesnosti Krišne u društvu čistih bhakta, jer se u društvu velikih bhakta može osloboditi iluzije.
It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2 that if one actually wants to be liberated, he must render service to the devotees, mahat sevam dvaram ahur vimuktai.
U Srimad Bhagavatamu 5.5.2 rečeno je da onaj tko doista želi biti oslobođen mora služiti bhakte.
But one who associates with materialistic people is on the path leading to the darkest region of existence, tamodvaram yoshitam sangi sangam.
Ali onaj tko se druži s materialističkim ljudima slijedi put koji vodi u najmračnije predjele postojanja.
All the devotees of the Lord traverse this earth just to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion.
Svi gospodinovi bhakte putuju po planetu Zemlji samo da bi uvjetovane duše oslobodili iluzije.
The impersonalists do not know that forgetting their constitutional position as subordinate to the Supreme Lord is the greatest violation of God's law. Unless one is reinstated in his own constitutional position, it is not possible to understand the Supreme Personality or to be fully engaged in his transcendental loving service with determination.
Impersonalisti ne znaju da zaboravljajući svoj prirodni položaj podčinjenosti svevišnjem gospodinu krši Božji zakon na najgrublji način. Ako se ne utemeljimo ponovno u svom prirodnom položaju, ne možemo shvatiti vrhovnu osobu niti se možemo s odlučnošću potpuno posvetiti transcendentalnom služenju Gospodinu s ljubavlju.
Verses 27, 28, 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita as it is, knowledge of the Absolute.
Dakle, ovo su stihovi 27 i 28, 7. poglavlja Bhagavad Gite pod naslovom Znanje o Apsolutu.
So Prabhupada was explaining like this, that in order to be a devotee, one had to go through many pious activities.
Šrila Prabhupada je to objasnio na taj način, da ukoliko želimo biti bhakte, trebamo počiniti mnogo pobožnih djelatnosti.
So that one senior devotee, this was at the Kumbh Mela in 1971, at the Kumbh Mela in Prayag.
Jedan stariji bhakta je na Kumbh Meli u Prayagu 1971. godine.
They have the Purna Kumbha and Ardha Kumbha. Purna Kumbha means full Kumbha every 12 years, and Ardha Kumbha is in between every 6 years.
Postoji Purna Kumbha i Ardha Kumbha. Ova Purna Kumbha je svaki 12 godina, dok ova druga je svaki 6 godina.
So for the Ardha Kumbha, less people come.
I za Ardha Kumbhu dolazi manje ljudi.
Only 21 million.
Samo 21 milijuna.
And for the Purna Kumbha, 31 million.
A za Purna Kumbhu 31 milijuna.
What's the population of Croatia?
4 million.
4 million.
Hrvatska ima 4 milijuna stanovnika.
You can see many more people. Kumbh Mela than all of Croatia.
Na Kumbh Meli ćete vidjeti više ljudi nego u čitavoj Hrvatskoj.
But still we come here because, as Sachidananda Maharaj said when I came in, the people from the Balkans, they have got not only big heart, they have double heart.
Dakle, dolazimo ovdje jer kao što je Sachidananda Maharaj rekao prilikom ulaska, ljudi na Balkanu nemaju samo velika srca, već imaju dvostruka srca.
So to get your association, we're coming here.
I došli smo ovdje da bismo primili vaše društvo.
So when this devotee asked Prabhupada, he said that, Prabhupada, you say that we can't be devotees without having done pious activities, but I wasn't a pious person.
I onda je taj bhakta upitao Prabhupadu, pa Prabhupad rekao se da ne možemo biti bhakte bez da činimo pobožne djelatnosti, ali ja nisam bio pobožna osoba.
I didn't do any of these things before, pious activities, penances, austerities.
Nisam prije činio sve te pobožne aktivnosti i strogosti.
How did I become a devotee?
Pa kako sam ja postao bhakta?
Then Prabhupada said,
Prabhupada je rekao,
I have made your good fortune for you.
ja sam za tebe stvorio tvoju dobru sreću.
Prabhupada ki! Simply by his prayers, by his blessings, so many people became devotees who may not have been fully qualified according to this verse.
Jednostavno, zahvaljujući njegovim molitvama i blagoslovima, mnogi ljudi koji prema ovom stihu ne bi bili kvalificirani, ipak su postali bhakti.
So by the devotees giving their association, by their, then one can also get the blessings quicker.
I primajući društvo bhakte, osoba isto tako može i brže dobiti blagoslove.
How many of you feel you've been blessed by association with devotees?
Koliko vas osjeća da su blagoslovljeni društvom bhakta?
Anybody has been helped by a devotee?
Ili nekom od vas pomogao bhakta?
Anybody who wasn't helped by a devotee?
Netko kome bhakta nije pomogao?
Maybe sometimes you heard about one devotee in France.
Čuli smo jednu bhaktu iz Francuske.
He was praying to God that I want to know what is the truth.
Molio se Bogu da želi znati što je istina.
What is this world all about?
Ma koja je svrha ovoga života?
What does life mean?
Što život znači?
Then he went fishing.
I onda je otišao na ribolov.
People think they go fishing, it's very peaceful, you just sit there a long time.
Mislim da je pecanje riba jako mirna aktivnost, samo sjedi tamo.
But his hook got caught on some very big object.
No, udica mu je zahvatila jedan veliki predmet.
So he thought this is a really big fish.
I misli, ovo je stvarno neka velika riba.
Pulling it out, pulling and pulling.
I vadio.
He found it wasn't a fish at all.
I vidio da to uopće nije bila riba.
It was a box,
To je bila kutija.
a waterproof box.
Vodootporna kutija.
He took out the box,
Izvadio je.
he opened it up.
Otvorio.
Inside was Bhagavad Gita.
To je bila Bhagavad Gita kako jeste.
Sometimes some miraculous things happen.
Ponekad se događaju neke čudesne stvari.
Usually we get help by devotees.
No, obično primamo pomoć od bhakta.
And of course someone who reads the Bhagavad Gita, then in the back they have a list of centers. Then they usually go to the nearby center and find some devotees.
Ako netko čita Bhagavad Gitu, pozadnje može pronaći popis centara i može također pronaći adresu bhakta.
So I have a disciple who's from Guyana,
Imam jednog učenika iz Gujane,
but he migrated to Canada.
ali je odselio u Kanadu.
So in Guyana make a few dollars a day.
Gujani tamo zarađuje po nekoliko dolara dnevno.
And there he was making $40 an hour, master welder.
No, u Kanadi je zarađivao $40 po satu.
So he was thinking that I reached the perfection of life.
I smatrao da je dostigao savršenstvo života.
I can weld in Canada.
Dobro sam prošao u Kanadi.
So he was going out to the nightclubs at night to drink a little bit. This was before he was disciple, obviously.
Izlazio je noćne klubove, ponekad malo i popio i sve to naravno bilo prije nego što je
That's
bio
how he met
učenik.
the devotees.
I tako je poznao bhakti.
There was a book distributor who saw him coming out
Jedan djelitelj knjiga ga je vidio kako izlazi.
and offered him Bhagavad Gita.
Ponudio mu Bhagavad Gita.
He said, no, my grandmother has that.
On je rekao, nema, moja baka to ima.
I don't need it.
Ne treba mi.
Then he went to some other nightclub.
Onda otišao u neki drugi noćni klub.
He came out again, he met the same devotee.
Izašao je i čekao ga je tamo isti bhakti.
The devotee spoke to him very nicely, very tactfully.
I bhakta mu se obratio jako lijepo, jako taktično.
My dear sir,
Dragi moj gospodine.
my dear gentleman,
Dragi moj gospodine.
I'm very happy to meet you again tonight.
Jako mi je drago što sam vas večeras sreo.
I'm just making a humble request from you, I'm begging you.
I samo imam jednu poniznu molbu, preklinjem vas.
You take this Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Uzmite ovu Bhagavad Gitu kako jest.
Whatever you want, you give a donation, we don't mind.
Dajte donaciju, nije uopće važno koliko.
So he told me that he was feeling very proud.
I rekao mi je da se osjećao jako ponosno.
I'm an immigrant to this country.
Ja sam uselio u ovu zemlju.
I come from the third world.
Ja dolazim iz trećeg svijeta.
One white person is begging from me.
Jedan bijelac da prosi od mene.
So I took the book and gave him $10.
I onda sam uzeo knjigu i dao mu $10.
Put in my briefcase and went back home.
Stavio svoj torbu i vratio se kući.
Then after some days he looked at me, what is this book? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I onda je nakon par dana pogledao i pitao se, dobro, šta je sa ta knjiga? I
So then he read the book.
pročitao je.
He said, wow, it's so clear. Our pundits in Guyana, they never tell us who is God.
I rekao, pa ovo je tako jasno, naši pandite kod kuće nam nikada nisu rekli tko je Bog.
But here it says so clearly, Aham sarvasya prabhava, Krishna is the source of everything.
Ali ovdje tako jasno piše da je Krishna izvor svega.
And he said, what is this? Oh, here in Toronto we have on Avenue Road, a temple. Let me go and see.
A evo tu u Kanadi, u Toronto imamo hram, ići ću pogledati.
We just happened to go on Nityananda Trayodasi, Nityananda's appearance day.
I baš se pogodilo da je došao na Nityananda Trayodashi, na dan pojave gospodina Nityananda. I kirtan je bio stvarno velik.
Big feast.
Velika gozba.
Big dancing.
Puno plesanja.
After that he gave up all his bad habits and started chanting japa.
Nakon toga je ostavio sve svoje loše navike i počeo mantriti japa.
Then he got association with some devotees helped him so many ways.
I onda su mu bhakti na mnogo načina pomogli.
So like this, to our book distributors, they're helping people to know about Prabhupada, about Krishna.
Naši djelitelji knjiga pomažu ljudima da nauče nešto o Krišni, o Prabhupadi.
Right now I'm coming from the Middle East.
Sada upravo dolazim sa Srednjeg istoka.
Peppermint tea. Oh, must be for you. Peppermint tea. And many people are working there from Asia.
Tamo rade mnogi ljudi iz Azije.
So they have satsangas, they have namahatas, they have bhakti riksha groups.
Imaju satsange, namahate, bhakti riksha grupe.
And like this, it's expanding very much, there's thousands of devotees.
I na taj način sve se jako širi, postoji tamo 1000 bhakta.
But it's it has to be done not to offend anybody.
Ali to se treba činiti na takav način da se nikoga ne uvrijedi.
So like that. That way the grihastas also, they can also take some responsibility for spreading Krishna consciousness.
Na taj način i grihaste mogu preuzeti neku odgovornost da širi svjesnost Krišne.
By having a bhakti riksha group and flat.
Tako da u svom stanu ili kući imaju grupe bhakti riksha.
Where they can train the new devotees how to practice Krishna consciousness.
Ili mogu obučavati nove bhakte kako da prakticiraju svjesnost Krišne.
How to put on tilak, even though we don't do it in those countries publicly, but should know how to offer prasadam, how to do all the practical things.
Kako da nosi tilak, iako ga ne smiju nositi u javnosti u tim zemljama, ali čisto da nauče neke praktične stvari kao muženje hrane i slično.
So very interesting. A lot of some people went back to India. It's very difficult to be Krishna conscious in India.
Neki ljudi koji se vrate u Indiju kažu da je tamo jako teško biti svjestan Krišne.
There's so many different groups, different. Most of the people are like very casual about their spiritual life.
Ima toliko različitih grupa i većina ljudi prilično nehajno prihvaća svoj duhovni život.
Unless you're in a holy dharma.
Osim ako nisu u svetoj dami.
Or you're the part of the ISKCON.
Ili dio Iskona.
But many people, that's like they say, no, don't be too religious.
Mnogi ljudi jednostavno kažu da nema biti
once a week, go to the temple, do a little puja, make a prayer, so that.
Dosta je dođeš ponekad tu i tamo u hram, napraviš malo puđu.
Youth is meant to enjoy life.
Mladost je namijenjena uživanju u životu.
This is the kind of. But my mother told me the same thing also in 1968. I think it's a universal idea.
Moja majka mi je to rekla isto prije 1968. godine, tako da je to prilično univerzalno.
I was in Montreal temple, she flew up to talk to me, so she tried to convince me to come back home.
Ja sam bio u Kanu, u Montrealu, ona je doletila i htjela me uvjeriti da se vrati kući.
Did it ever happen to anybody?
Da se to ikome dogodilo.
Your family or friends try to convince you not to chant Hare Krishna?
Da vas obitelji, prijatelji pokušavaju razuvjeriti od toga da mantrate Hare
He said,
Krishna.
you're young now. When you get old, then you do this. Why do you want to be a priest now?
Pa ti si sad mladi, zašto to sad radiš? Kada budeš star, onda to možeš. Zašto biti sada svećenik?
When I asked her, how long will I live?
A kada se me pitao koliko dugo ću živjeti,
No mother or father know how long their children will live.
nijedan otac niti majka ne znaju koliko dugo će njihova djeca živjeti.
Then how can you say wait till later? How do you know that if I'm going to live that long?
Kako onda možeš reći pričekaj do kasnije? Kako znaš da ću toliko dugo živjeti?
So like that. But gradually by association, sometimes the children are able to get their parents to also chant Hare Krishna.
No, postepeno i djeca mogu navesti svoje roditelje da mantraju Hare Krishna.
And devotees find that Lord Chaitanya gave us a process which is very blissfully performed. So Sukham Kartam Abhyayam.
I bhakti svačaju da nam je gospodin Chaitanya dao proces koji se provodi u jako radosnom raspoloženju.
So like that, by association with devotees, and people can change their viewpoint.
I družeći se s bhaktama, ljudi mogu promijeniti svoje stajalište.
Problem is when they go just alone to India, then they're surrounded by the outnumbered.
No, problem je kada sami odu u Indiju i onda su preplavljeni sa svime.
Sometimes people think, oh, it's very easy to preach in India. India's got its challenges also.
Ponekad ljudi misle da je lako propovijedati u Indiji, no i Indija ima svojih izazova.
Prabhupada used to say there was a music teacher in New York.
Bio je jedan učitelj glazbe u New Yorku.
That if he was giving music lessons, so it was one price if you never took lessons before.
I on je davao satove iz glazbe i imao je posebnu cijenu za one koji nikada do tada nisu imali ništa s glazbom, nisu učili glazbu.
And if you had taken lessons before, you had to pay double price.
A ako ste prije toga imali satove, trebali ste platiti dvostruko.
Why? So I was thinking if you had already taken lessons, then it should be cheaper.
Ako ste već imali neke satove, trebalo bi biti jeftinije. To je bar ima smisla.
No, because you probably learned it wrong and he has to teach you again double work to teach you right way.
Vjerojatno je prvi puta krivo naučio i onda sad treba uložiti dvostruki napor da bi se to ispravilo.
So, like that, we had to learn Krishna consciousness in the proper way from the Guru Parampara.
Slično tome i svjesnost Krišnu trebamo naučiti na pravi način putem Guru Parampara.
So we learned from Srila Prabhupada, he presented to us how we can practice in the modern age.
I Srila Prabhupada nam je pokazao kako to možemo prakticirati u suvremenom dobu.
Through Prabhupada's books, through Prabhupada's representatives.
Kroz Prabhupadine knjige, Prabhupadine predstavnike.
So like this, Lord Nityananda, he took his kirtan party around Bengal, and then he left one associate in different places to establish a Namaha preaching.
Tako je gospodin Nityananda poveo svoju kirtan skupinu po Bengalu i onda bi neki od svojih pratioca, po jednog pratioca ostavio na jednom mjestu da utemelje tamo na Mahatu.
I think that in 2006 we had something like 8 Namahatas, Bhakti Rikshas in Croatia, 8 or 16, I can't remember.
2006. imali smo 8 ili 16 Namahata u Hrvatskoj, odnosno Bhakti Rikša.
How many we had?
Koliko ih je bilo?
8. And in Sarajevo, how many you got?
A u Sarajevu?
8. Croatia is bigger than
Croatia is biggest in ex-Yugoslavia. I was thinking to praise the preaching and the biggest in Croatia, but they think that Serbia is biggest by, size, the country.
Pregovaraju da je veća Hrvatska ili Srbija.
How many does Serbia have? Two. I don't think anybody knows. This year, because of I didn't have the visa, and also it was at the wrong time, but the same time as the Calcutta Rath Yatra, so I couldn't come to the Serbian camp.
Prošle godine nisam mogla doći na srpski kamp, budući da se to baš bilo isto vrijeme kada je Rath Yatra u puti, isto tako nisam mogla dobiti vizu.
A few weeks ago I got proper papers so I can come to Croatia.
Prije nekoliko dana sam dobio papire da mogu doći u Hrvatsku.
So I thought at least I have to visit once.
Barem moram i dan doći u posjet.
But I did go to the Serbian festival, but that was at a different time.
Otišao sam na srpski festival, ali to je bilo neki drugi put.
We had an association with Satchidananda Maharaj.
Imali smo društvo sa Satchidananda Maharaja.
And also Vir Krishna Maharaj.
Vir Krishna Maharaja.
And Sarachari, Pali Sarachari Das.
Pali Sarachari.
They gave a ninja exhibition.
On nam je pokazao ninja.
It was amazing. There was like 150 students doing attack and defense.
Tamo je bilo zadivljujuće 150 sudionika i radilo vježbe napada i obrane.
And they had a woman ninja.
Imali su ženski ninja.
Who was being attacked by men.
Koji je napadao muškarac.
And she kept defeating all the men.
A ona je sve porazila.
Very interesting.
Jako zanimljivo.
So you had some nice association there.
I jako smo se družili.
Some devotees came from Bosnia and Croatia, Slovenia, different places.
Došli su neki bakti iz Bosne, Hrvatske, Slovenije i drugih mjesta.
And I went to, for the first time, I went to Bulgaria.
I onda sam po prvi put otišao u Bugarsku.
And there we saw, actually he didn't come because his car broke down. But also no proper visa.
Yes.
So we walked over the border.
Nismo imali pravilnu vizu pa smo hodali preko granice.
So there I told the first visit, so I told some pastime about Lord Jagannath.
To je bio moj prvi posjet pa sam ispričala neke zabave s gospodinom Jagannathom.
It was a pastime that happened last year.
To je bila zabava koja se dogodila u prošloj godini.
Don't know if you heard about it.
Ne znam jeste li čuli za to.
See, one Muslim came into the temple.
Jedan musliman je došao u hram.
That's not unusual because many Muslims there also are devotees of Lord Jagannath.
Ma nije to ništa neobično, mnogi muslimani su bakte gospodina Jagannatha.
But this person came in and the pujari offered him prasadam.
Taj čovjek došao i pužari mu je ponudio prasadam.
He took the prasad and threw it.
Uzeo je prasadam i
I don't believe in these things.
bacio ga rekao da vjerujem u te stvari.
The pujari said, look, what's wrong with you? You don't believe it, why you're coming here?
Pužari ga je pitao
I'm
pa
not
što?
bothering you. If you want to come here, you should respect. What are you doing throwing the prasad?
Ma što je s tobom? Ako ne vjeruješ, što onda radiš ovdje? Ako sve što trebaš primiti prasadam s poštovanjem. I onda je otišao.
The next day, he came back.
Sljedeći dan se vratio.
This time he offered his prostrate obeisances to Jagannath.
A ovaj put je odao poštovanje Jagannatha.
And he came to the pujari with folded hand, please give me some prasad.
I došao je do puđarija, sklopio ruku i rekao, molim te, daj mi prasadom.
What is with you?
Šta je s tobom?
Yesterday you threw the prasad, today you're begging for prasad.
Jučer si bacio prasadom, a sad moliš za prasadom.
You're paying your prostrate obeisances before you say don't believe.
I sad si to odao poštovanje, a prije si rekao kako ne vjeruješ.
Now I believe. I believe. Oh Lord, I believe.
Ali ja vjerujem, o Gospodinu, ja vjerujem.
How did you get this belief? What happened to you?
Kako si stekao to uvjerenje? Što ti se dogodilo?
I said, last night, these three came to me in my dream.
I rekao je, prošle noći, ovo troje ovdje gore su mi došli u snu.
The one with the white face.
Ovo s bijelim licem.
He grabbed me by the neck.
Zgrabio me za vrat.
You threw my brother's prasad. I'm going to beat you.
Bacio si prasadom od brata, sad ću ti istući.
I was shaking. He's so strong. I couldn't do anything.
Tresao sam se, bio je tako snažan da ništa nisam mogla učiniti.
Then the one with the yellow face, the lady.
A ona sa žutim licem, ona žena.
She said, finish him off. Kill him.
Rekla je da krajči ga, ubi ga.
The one with the black face, smiling. He saved me.
A ona s crnim licem što se smiješi, on je spasio.
He said, no, it's okay. He didn't do so. It wasn't that bad.
Rekla je, ma sve u redu, ma nije to tako strašno što je učinio.
Give him another chance.
Dao mi je šansu.
So now I believe.
I sada vjerujem.
I'll never throw prasad again.
Više nikada neću baciti prasadom.
I can still feel the hands of the white one.
Još uvijek osjećam ruke bijeloga.
So I told this story in Sofia.
Tu sam priču ispričao i Sofiji.
And I asked them, do you have any pastime with your deities?
I onda sam ih pitao da li imaju oni neke zabave sa svojim božanstvom.
Because every deity is incarnation of Krishna Archa Avatara.
Zato što je svako božanstvo očitovanje Krišne.
Each deity has got his or her own pastimes.
Svako božanstvo ima svoje zabave.
But sometimes people don't reveal the pastime.
No ponekad ljudi ne razotkrivaju te zabave.
So the pujari there said, actually there is a pastime that happened.
A puđari znaju za te zabave.
So what happened?
I onda je jedan od njih to ispričao.
We gave new wooden shoes to all the deities.
Dali su nove drvene cipele svim božanstvima.
We gave to Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra.
Jagannath, Baladev i Subhadra.
So Balaram and Jagannath had one right shoe and one left shoe like you're supposed to have.
I Balaram i Jagannath su imali jednu lijevu i jednu desnu kao što to treba
But
biti.
Subhadra they gave two left shoes.
A Subhadra su dali dvije lijeve cipele.
You heard this one?
Čuli ste za to?
So that Subhadra came in the dream of the pujari.
I onda se Subhadra prijavila u puđarijevom snu.
Limping. Only one shoe.
Šepala je i nosila samo jednu cipelu.
I can't keep up with my brothers. What do? You gave me two left shoes.
Ne mogu pratiti svoje braćama. Šta ste mi učinili? Imam samo jednu cipelu.
What are you doing?
Šta mi to?
How will I walk?
Pa kako ću hoditi?
Pujari didn't tell anybody.
I puđari to nikome nije ispričao.
The deities tell you something like that, you should tell the president. No?
Kad vam božanstvo tako nešto kažu, pa trebate reći nekome, predsjedniku možda.
Then again, after a few days, all the three came in a dream.
I nakon 3 dana, nekoliko dana, svo troje se
This
pojavilo.
time Jagannath and Baladev chastising the pujari.
A ovaj put su Jagannath i Baladev korili puđari.
What's wrong with you? Why you give our sister two left shoes?
Zašto si naše sestri dali
How she
jednu
can walk?
cipelu? A kako će hodati?
Who can walk with two left shoes? You can walk with two left shoes.
Tko može hodati s dvije lijeve cipele? Možeš
If you don't take care of this, something's going to happen.
Ako to ne središ, nešto će se dogoditi.
Then she got frightened and went and talked to the president.
I onda se prestrašio i otišao pričati s
They
predsjednikom.
rearranged and got one left shoe and one right shoe for Subhadra.
I onda su nabavili jednu lijevu i jednu desnu cipelu za Subhadru.
Jagannath Swami ki Jai! Baladev ki Jai! Radha Maharani ki Jai! Some years ago, one pastime happened with Mayapur Jagannath.
Prije nekoliko godina dogodila se jedna zabava sa Majapurskim Jagannathima.
Some Maharaj left a big Govardhan Shila.
Jedan Maharaj je ostavio veliko Govardhan Shilu.
So they offered one big plate for all the deities.
I ponudili su jedan veliki tanjur svim božanstvima.
When Jagannath came in the dream of the Pujari,
Jagannath se pojavio u Pujarinom snu.
told the Pujari,
Rekao je Pujariju,
so ever since you put Govardhan there, we're not able to eat.
kad si stavio onaj Govardhan, nama ne možemo uopće jesti.
He eats everything, he's a mountain.
Sve pojede, on je planina.
Soon as the bell starts ringing, finish.
Zvoni, sve gotovo.
We're getting very thin, he's not leaving anything for us.
Jako mršavimo jer nam ništa ne ostane.
Do something about this.
Poduzmi nešto.
So the Pujari came up to him, what do we do?
I onda je Pujari došao i rekao, što ti činiš?
Say this special services of Pujari that are not in the temple president, that are not in the president manual.
To su posebne službe Pujarija koje nećete pronaći u priručnicima.
So then, I don't know, I thought what to do.
I sam razmišljala što da učinimo.
And I advised, okay, make a separate plate for Govardhan and separate for Jagannath Baladev Subhadra.
I onda sam savjetovala da stavi posebnu ponudu za Jagannath Baladev Subhadru, a posebno za Govardhan.
So to this day, they're offering two plates now, one for Jagannath and one for Jagannath Baladev Subhadra and one for Govardhan.
I od tog dana imaju dvije ponude, jednu za Jagannath Baladev Subhadru, a drugu za Govardhan.
So sometimes the deities are very active.
Ponekad su božanstva prilično aktivne.
They call in India Jagrata, but it's very much reciprocative, very alive.
U Indiji to zovu Zagreb, to znači da puno zračuju, da su uistinu živi.
So I remember coming and seeing this hall before it was completed. It was just like a big garage or something.
Sjećam se kada sam došao prije i vidio ovu prostoriju, ovdje izgledala kao velika garaža.
No windows, no doors.
Bez prozora, bez vrata.
It looked like a workshop.
Kao neka radionica.
No, it's so beautiful.
Sad je tako lijepa.
Nice windows, big hallway.
Lijepi prozori, velik hodnik.
So I thank you all for your wonderful sacrifice building this nice temple.
Hvala vam svima za vašu divnu žrtvu što ste izgradili takav hram.
I think that time we stayed upstairs. There was showers, but only cold water.
Kada sam bio ovdje zadnji puta, boravili smo gore i tuševi su imali samo hladnu vodu.
No heating.
Nije bilo grijanja.
So it looks like a lot of progress been made here by all the devotees' sacrifice.
Izgleda da je zbog žrtve mnogih bata ovdje učinjen popriličan napredak.
So I was explaining, we want to take care of all the devotees. We want to see that everybody is trained nicely, chanting.
Želimo se pobrinuti za sve bakte, želimo da svi prime dobru obuku i da mantraju.
So that's why we have these small groups.
I zato imamo te male grupe.
The Bhakti Vriksha group, Counselor group, some kind of small group, so that we can take care of all the devotees.
Bhakti Vriksha grupe, razne druge grupe, da bismo se mogli brinuti za sve te bakte.
In Chopati, they don't give anybody initiation unless they're a member of a group.
U Jayapatiju nikome ne daje inicijaciju ukoliko nisu članovi ove grupe.
In the congregation, if they're living at home.
Ako žive kod kuće, ako su iz kongregacije.
That way they can take care of them, they can get a report, how they're doing.
Ako se brinu za njih, mogu podnijeti izvještaj o tome kako im je.
And they have, like in Pune, which is also following Chopati, they have, last year they had 45 Bhakti Vriksha groups and 17 counselor groups.
Prošle godine su imali 45 Bhakti Vriksha grupa i 17 grupa savjetovanja
For the
counselor.
students, because they're doing a lot of student programs, they use Bhakti Vriksha groups.
Ima i puno tamo iz programa za studente, pa ima i puno tih Bhakti Vriksha grupa.
And for the older initiated devotees or chant that, they have counselor groups.
A za starije inicirane bhakte imaju counseling grupe savjetovanja.
They use both.
Dakle, postoji oboje.
So Sachinanda Maharaj was saying that there's a need here to expand the congregational preaching. So I hope we can expand, everyone should be a member of a group. Those who want to, they can take responsibility, be preachers, others they get to participate and they get some association and support.
Sachinanda Maharaj kaže da ovdje postoji potreba da se razvije to kongregacijsko propovijedanje, tako da bi bilo dobro da se uključimo i razvijemo te grupe na bilo koji način.
But Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Prabhupada's mercy, Guru and Vaishnava's mercy, even though we may not have, been so pious in this life, but somehow by their mercy we'll get Krishna consciousness.
Milošću Šila Prabhupada, milošću gospodina Chaitanje, Guru i Vajšnava, iako nismo vršili pobožne djelatnosti u ovom životu, ipak na neki način smo primili svjesnost Krišne.
Tesham sadadajuktanam bhajatam vidipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yanu manupayanti te. And the purport Prabhupada says that even somehow Krishna helps the devotees, even if they're not so intelligent, to take proper guidance from the Guru or from the institution.
Krišna kaže u tom stihu da čak i ako bhakta nema dobro razvijenu inteligenciju, on ipak pomaže tako da daje dobre upute.
I'm really happy to see so many nice devotees.
Jako sam sretan što vidim toliko divnih bhakta.
So we can, where do we show the slideshow?
This in the back.
We will move the picture and then.
In the little table, which goes over with.